to episode 44 of Arcadiology, where we dig up your favorite arcade relics. My name is Jordan Carruthers, and I'm joined by the greatest police force in the world, the Wiggin Boys, Mr. Brad Wiggin.
What up?
Mr. Sky Wiggin.
Yo.
And what's up, Mr. Kyle Wiggin?
What's up, dudes?
What's up, dudes? How's everybody feeling tonight? You boys ready to talk about another, I was going to say another great arcade game, but we'll get into that, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's questionable.
Debatable.
We'll see. Either way, I'm
boys.
ready.
Absolutely. But you know how we started off with, what you guys been playing?
I've been playing Wario Land 3 for the Game Boy Color. Did you guys ever dip into that one back in the day?
Don't think
I
I've
don't
ever heard
think
of it.
so. No.
Yeah, I didn't know much about the Wario games till recently. I played that, what's it called, Pizza Tower? I told you guys a while back about. It was kind of inspired by Wario Land, apparently, so I really liked that one, so I went back and checked out Wario Land 3. That was supposed to be one of the better ones. It's pretty fun. It's interesting because it's a platformer, but it's like a lot of puzzle elements to it. Like your Wario doesn't take any damage. Like you get hit by enemies and it kind of affects you. Like if one of the enemies is like on fire, you'll turn on fire, and you got to use that ability to like run into this block that can only be opened with fire. So you can kind of like use the enemies to your advantage. There's like things that like flatten you, and you're like a little pancake, and you kind of like float down, and you can go into like areas that you wouldn't be able to reach if you were full size. It's a pretty interesting concept for a platform. I've been enjoying that. It's actually pretty long for a Game Boy game as well. I've got like 8 hours in it, and it's still going.
That sounds like Wario is like copying Kirby or something, man.
I guess kind
He's
of
changing shapes.
Yeah, it's a little bit of that, I guess you could say. But another cool thing about it is it's like picture like Mario, I guess like 3 or Mario World, whatever. How you have like an overworld map and you move from stage to stage. It's set up like that, but you get different abilities as you progress, and then you got to go back to the previous stages. You'll see like a block or something that you don't know what to do with because you can't affect it. You'll go further in like one of the other stages, and you'll get an ability so you can like ground and pound it and smash it and break through it, and it opens up a whole nother section of the map. So it almost feels like Metroidvania a little bit. Has like a little bit of elements of that because you keep on like revisiting the areas you already went. It's like if a Metroid game was broken up into stages instead of like one giant world. It kind of feels like out of it, so that's actually pretty cool. But that's pretty much it. I was playing that for a while and just screwing around with my arcade, setting stuff up with that, but nothing new yet.
Rare short answer from Brad.
Yeah.
No, here, hold on. I know behind the scenes he's holding something back, dude.
Oh yeah, some game we've never heard of, probably.
What's going on with this 3-day download you've been working on?
With the arcade,
Yeah.
3 days so far. Yeah, I got light guns in for my arcade, so I'm working on setting up a whole build for light gun games. This thing I'm getting has like 500 games preloaded on it with all arcade shooters, and well, it's more than just arcade. It's got like NES, Genesis, Dreamcast. It even has like some like I forget what the other system was called. Something I've never heard of. Some like specific type of arcade games, but like there's even like some newer stuff on there. So I might have to upgrade the PC in my arcade because some of these are like 2010 releases. It's like a Walking Dead arcade light gun shooter. So I don't know if stuff like that's gonna run, but yeah, my arcade has terrible Wi-Fi and it's nowhere near my router, so it's gonna take like 10 days to finish downloading, but we'll get there eventually. Give us plenty of games to play some light gun games if you guys want to come over and shoot them up. We can start covering some light gun games here soon, so that's pretty exciting.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm definitely down for that.
That sounds cool.
Well, I've just been playing a game called Supervive. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. Probably not. It's on Steam right now for free. It's in like an open beta state, but it's basically like a MOBA. Like, so if you think of like League of Legends or something, it's like a MOBA mixed with a battle royale, and then it's sort of mixed with. I know Skylar has played these two games. There's a game called Battle Right that I used to play, and then even before that was a game called Bloodline Champions. But they're basically like battle arenas where it's like you just have like small teams of like 3 or 4 characters. You each kind of pick your characters, and then the two teams, you're just on like a little like arena, and the two teams just go at it. It's just like a team fight the whole time. But the Supervive is like a mix between like all 3 of those kind of genres of games. So you drop in like a battle royale. You have your team of 3 from the 3 characters you pick from out of a pool of like, I don't know, 15-ish or so characters you can pick from. You kind of all drop into the map like a battle royale. you kill some things to get some levels, get your skills leveled up, and then you kind of just going at these, like, usually is like, if you play it well, you can kind of do like these one-on-one encounters, like your team versus another team. But as the circle gets smaller, naturally it pushes all the teams together, and then it ends up being way more tactical because you want to, like, you're trying to be the last team surviving, and like sometimes you want to fight, but you have to be careful because if you start fighting first, the other teams are going to capitalize on that and try to like third party you. So it's just like a whole little, I don't know, battle arena, but mixed with a battle royale going on. It's super fun.
I saw you on there playing that.
Is this a newer game?
Yeah, I mean, it's in open beta, so it's technically not released, like full released yet.
Okay, that's right. I haven't heard of this one yet.
Yeah, I don't know if it's your guys' kind of game. I know I like it. I think Skylar might like it a little bit, but
Yeah, I watched a couple of videos of it. I mean, it's like Fortnite and League of Legends mixed together, is what it reminds me of.
yeah. I mean, well, I guess Fortnite
Actually,
is like,
that's exactly what it reminds me of.
yeah. I mean, it's just like a battle royale. So like, really, I mean, I don't think there's anything specific from Fortnite other than that it's a battle royale.
Yeah, well, it has like the random. Don't you get like random loot drops too, and all that stuff with your team, or no?
Yeah. Oh, there's like,
And you have the storm closing in.
yeah, the storm closing in, which is just a battle royale. So every battle royale has that, and then the same with like a little. It's like not as much looty as battle royales, but there is some type of loot to it. But yeah, that's not like strictly Fortnite. I guess that's probably the only one that you can relate it to, though. I don't know how many battle royales you've played.
Yeah, I don't really know many of them at all. I don't really get into that kind of style game.
I don't want to scare anybody with the word Fortnite. I know how people are these days. It's just battle royale. It's just like a battle royale, guys. It's not like Fortnite.
Well, you boys know how I do things sometimes. I like to reach into the graveyard of long dead games
Yes, sir.
that are obsolete and forgotten, and I like to rip them out of their eternal slumber. So, I've actually been playing a game that was on the PlayStation 1. It was called RPG Maker.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know how or why I randomly got the urge to play it. I loaded it up, and I was just messing around with it. It's one of the most, like, limited game engines ever. It's nothing special at all. But I remember playing it, like, a long time ago, and just messing around, making funny little games and trying to figure out how to do, like, their little, like, coding system where you just use, like, you place events around. It has a couple choices to do stuff, but you can't make anything, like, super crazy because it's very limited. I think I just like the challenge of just seeing what I can do within the limits of it. So I just been messing around with that lately.
I remember you used to play RPG Maker all the time.
Yeah.
I think you'd get on there and like make little games and stuff, and then me and Brad would have to come on and test them.
Yeah, we were testers.
I used to mess around with
testers.
RPG Maker, RPG Maker 2003 on the computer. I was actually like legit trying to make like a big ass game and just never finished it.
Yeah, I was looking into like the newer ones like that too. Like there's quite a few now, like on the computer. But I just haven't checked them out yet. But I mean, it was always in the back of my mind, like maybe I should check out the more powerful, like modern engines of that series. But yeah, I don't know. I just got the urge to just play the old classic one, and I never actually made full games back in the day. Like whenever you guys would test stuff, like that project went nowhere. I was like, I would just make it for fun real quick, have you test like a small section, and then just forget about it and like just start making something else. Like I never really completed anything.
Yeah, that one has like a pre-made game built into it, right? That was like it used RPG Maker to make a game.
Yeah, it's called Gobley's Adventure.
Yeah, actually, I remember playing through that and beating that. Don't you play as like an NPC? That's like the storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
that was funny.
You're like one of the normal like trash mobs, and his goal is he wants to become a final boss, pretty much.
That's right. Yep.
So that's the whole game. It's your journey to try to make yourself into a final boss.
That's so funny to think of. Just like the conceptualize, like you're just a random NPC, but like when you're playing as like the hero, you're like it's just an NPC, but like from his point of view, like he's trying to get stronger to be the boss.
He's just tired of getting slapped around. That's pretty much just like his job. He goes out, gets wrecked, gives the hero some experience and gold, and then he goes home and goes to bed, wakes up and does it again the next day. That's just your job, is to get wrecked every day.
That was a funny game. I remember playing through that. I loved it.
Yeah, I haven't played really anything else lately. jumped between like Dead Zone Rogue a little bit, but not nearly as much as I played it a couple weeks ago. Yeah, just messing around with little RPG Maker, the old classic.
Love it.
Good stuff.
Cool. Well, that brings it to me then. So, if you guys remember the last recording we did, I said about my mission with Pokemon Gold, where I was trying to kind of put together a good competitive team for Pokemon Stadium 2. So, I've pretty much finished that at this point now already. I got through that pretty quick. I was playing that I don't want to say it's the only thing I've been playing, because obviously Radiant Dawn's always a part of my life in one way or another, but I was hitting Pokemon Gold pretty hard for sure. And yeah, I pretty much got that whole team for Stadium ready to go, which I haven't done that quite yet, but at least I got my team together now. And I'm ready to finally take care of all these damn cups that I've never beaten in the past.
Nice, man.
Are you playing on actual Game Boy, or you do use an emulator?
On the actual Game Boy, so I can plug the cartridge into the transfer pack and transfer the Pokemon over.
Okay, I was gonna ask. I didn't know if there's a way, if there's like a rig to do it from an emulator to get it transferred over to actual cart or not. But I guess it doesn't matter if you're not doing it that way.
There is. I definitely don't know about it.
Well, what's your team?
Actually, on the last one we did, I listed the team, and I didn't realize at the time that 2 of them are only legal for a certain cup in the game. Like, 2 of them are legendaries, which I didn't know at the time you could only use legendaries in what's called the Prime Cup. There's also the Poke Cup, which you cannot use them. They're banned in that. So I'll still have those 2 in the back for the Prime Cup and whatnot, but I got 2 new ones to add to the squad for the one where they're banned. So I'm gonna be running a Snorlax, a Quagsire, Umbreon, Alakazam, Aerodactyl, and Miltank. And then for the Prime Cup, I believe it's which 2 are getting swapped out? I think it's the Alakazam and the Aerodactyl are getting replaced with Mew and Ho-Oh for the Prime Cup, where all the legendaries are allowed.
Busting out the big dogs.
Yeah, man, I got the movesets all taken care of. They're all like right around level 50 now, so they're ready to go, man. They're ready for that transfer. And then I'm gonna dominate Pokemon Stadium 2 for like the first time ever, pretty much. Because I'm telling you, man, that game, Stadium 2 is tough as hell if you're not using your own actual trained and transferred over Pokemon. Those rental ones just aren't that great.
So with it actually being possible bringing your team, is it going to be just like a good battle, or are you just going to steamroll through it, you think, with your team?
I don't know, man. I could very well steamroll it. I mean, the Poke Cup where the legendaries are banned, maybe it'll be fairly competitive because I can't use those legendaries, obviously, but I mean, I'm going to have a much better moveset than the AI does. And you also factor in the fact that the AI for Pokemon games isn't like, it's not really very competitively intelligent. Like, they don't really swap out their Pokemon. They don't do a whole lot to take care of like status ailments and all that. They kind of just send one Pokemon out and it's out there till it's dead. So it's probably going to be pretty easy overall with this group that I have now, but I mean, we'll see. You guys will have the update probably in the next episode or 2 on that.
Yeah, got the part 3 of it here.
Yes, sir. Of course, like I said, there's some Radiant Dawn as well. Gaming wise, that's pretty much about it. Anybody got anything else they want to add in there before we move on?
I'm good to go.
Yeah, not much.
Let's do it.
Cool. Let's dig up some Gangbusters. Gangbusters is a top-down shooter released by Konami in 1988. Taking control of officers Smith and Weston over the course of 5 stages, your objective is to chase down the evil Dagris. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, Dagris or the whatever mob, the Dagris mob after a bank robbery, and bring them to justice. So we've played a lot of shooters so far. How do you guys think this one stacks up to the rest of the ones we've played so far?
Wait, before we go on, you said what were their names?
It's yes, it's you heard it right. They're Officers Smith and Weston. or Wesson or whatever it is.
Yeah, okay.
They're
making sure I
named
caught
after
that.
it's named after the gun brand. Yes.
Okay, I like that touch.
Yeah, overall, it reminded me of Outzone and Trick Trap a little bit. It's kind of that view of gameplay, kind of that overhead shooter like that. But not, I don't know. Yeah, at first I was real into it, and then I'm sure we'll get into some of it later. Later in the game, kind of it took me out of it. Wasn't into it anymore. So it's got some good stuff to it, but it gets frustrating. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, I think we all know where you're going with that one.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man, this is one of those games that was it was a little bit too hectic for me.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a pretty big difficulty spike, it feels like. And there's something with the controls, like, I don't know, there's just something with the gun, like the way it shoots and fires, like in the distance that it goes, like, it just didn't feel like it was the right gun for the job.
I don't know, man. The gun in this game was weird. So you had like your basic little pea shooter, like all these shooters have, and then of course, like you have your power ups, like a lot of games have. I really didn't feel like the power ups were super substantial. Like typically in these shooters we play, like you have maybe like your spread shot or like a flamethrower or a laser. All the upgrades were pretty much just this one shoots a little further and faster and stronger. Like there was nothing really different about the actual upgrades you got, and that was kind of a little bit of a bummer for me, I think.
You guys
was like
got the
a-
rockets, right? The rockets shred.
Yeah, I
we
was
got
gonna
yeah,
say,
the
is
but-
rockets, but
that's the only upgrade, isn't it? I didn't see anything else.
Pretty much.
But like, give me a spread shot or something, especially for this game where you got bullets everywhere. A spread shot would have been great.
Oh yeah, I agree. I'm just making sure you guys didn't miss something there. To say, wait, you guys just playing with the pea shooter? That would be terrible. But yeah,
Nah.
it starts out as that little pea shooter, and I think it shoots a little further. Then you get the rockets, and then you get the
Yeah.
I don't know if they're faster rockets or something, but yeah, you definitely need the rockets. I feel like a lot of the time.
Yeah, those rockets are great, man. Super fast. Like they cover way more distance and they actually like pierce multiple enemies.
Yeah, a spread shot would have just been great though for a game like this. But we definitely have to talk about your weapon that you get after you run out of ammo, which
Oh my
I-
god.
I believe he is just a can that he just picks up a can and chucks them at the enemies. I think is what I read. I couldn't tell what it was at first. I read it as a can, I guess, but
Yeah.
I was kind of confused because the one page I read said that your basic pea shooter had unlimited ammo, but I'm guessing that's not the case because I think it just turns into the can whenever you run out of ammunition.
Yeah, that's a lot. You can run out of ammo with your basic one for sure.
I knew you could for the power up. I just wasn't positive about the basic one.
Yeah, I think you start with like a 3 count and then it just goes down.
yeah, I was not a fan of that, dude. These are like those type of games where it's like you can kind of tell where enemies are going to be coming from at some points, and so like your instinct is to kind of pre-fire those areas, and then like if you just pre-fire too much, then you run out of ammo, and then you have a can. It doesn't feel good.
You're pretty much done if you run out of ammo. Like,
Yeah,
there's-
you're done.
you're not
Also,
getting anywhere with that can, man.
I got to the can clearly way too many times, and like I'm throwing it, I'm trying to like look at it, and like the can is not even accurate. Like when he throws it,
No.
it looks kind of random in like the direction that it goes. So it's like, yeah, you're just for sure done.
It's like a bit of an arc almost, it feels like.
I think the worst part of it is the fact that it's slower. Like you can run and gun if you
Yeah.
have any bullets at all. Like you can keep moving. Once you get down to the can, anytime you go to throw it, you have to stand in place and throw it, and that got me killed so many times.
Man, there's a lot of can talk here. I barely ever seen the can. You guys constantly run out of ammo? What's going
Man,
on
I was in the can the whole time.
Dude,
Bro, for
Thi-
real.
this is one of those games where there was just so many enemies and bullets on the screen at once that I would rather be spamming my attack, and you just kind of can't really do that unless you want to throw a can at them.
Yeah, I mean the game doesn't really rush you though, and it's not like you only get one infinite spawning enemy and he's super easy to kill. It comes usually from like the bottom of the screen if you're lagging around a bit, but normally you can just kind of clear the screen and take your time. So I guess I wasn't as gung-ho about you guys. I was taking a little easier and being more cautious.
Yeah, ain't nobody got the time for that, man.
Yeah, I'm not coming back to this old arcade game to be calm and cautious. I want to run through and spam my button.
Running and gunning, smashing and mashing.
Now, I will say, speaking of the power-ups, I thought the way you got them was pretty unique and interesting. So there's criminals on the screen. They're the ones that are wearing like the red jackets and red top hats and whatnot. And if you shoot them, rather than actually, be killed by your shot, they surrender, Which, first of all, I want to say it's funny to me that whenever they surrender, they yell "help" as if they're not the criminals that we're trying to capture. But so they'll surrender, and then you walk up to them, and your character ties them up and essentially drags them along with him. And those are the guys that give you the power ups. And then throughout the stage, there's also police cars, and if you can collect, I think up to 3 of these criminals, and then you put them in the police car, and then that's how you get your bombs. For every criminal you put in the car, you get a bomb. Now, the first time I played through it, I didn't realize I was getting the bombs, so I didn't really take advantage of them. But this is one of those ones where I believe if you die once, your bombs are gone. So you pretty much got to make sure that you use them before you lose that opportunity.
Oh, we had bombs.
I was wondering if you knew.
I didn't use them a lot. I mean, I did know about them, but I didn't use them a lot because
I didn't
I
use
don't
them
know.
much either.
I was always trying to conserve them, and then I ended up dying, and then they were gone. I was like, well, I should have used them.
Yep. You die and
I
they're
think
gone.
I used the bomb one time and found out how insanely useful it was for like a certain section. But other than that, I didn't really use them too much, or I would die before I got to use them.
Is it the helicopter section you're thinking
Yep.
of?
Yep, one
Yeah.
bomb destroys that entire thing.
Yeah. Now, what I didn't like about the bomb, unless I was just using it incorrectly, it seems like you launch it and it goes like a few feet forward and then lands and explodes, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't hit anything in its pathway like your normal shot would it, right? Or am I imagining that? Is it just like it only hits where it lands?
I think so. I think that's what it is, just like a AoE wherever it lands.
So that was kind of annoying. So you still kind of had to carefully aim it. Which for a bomb, I feel like in all these other games, the bomb is just like your failsafe. You just press it and everything's dead. You know?
It's just your big screen clear.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this one definitely isn't quite that powerful. I thought it was kind of hard to aim, so the times I remembered to use it, I'd kind of be panicking, and I'd like throw it off the screen or something stupid. So yeah, it didn't get me very far using that.
No.
Now, am I tripping, or does the guys that surrender and you tie? First of all, I'm the first time I'm realizing that like they're not just following you and that you actually rope them to your back like that. But do they sometimes like break free?
I think only in the later stages.
Yeah, I think they can at any time. I think it's a time limit.
Yeah, I swear sometimes those guys would like break free and attack me again. I'm like, what the hell? There's nobody here.
That happened to me a lot.
Really? It never happened
Yeah.
to me. I just saw it happen in the later stages, like on the videos.
Yeah, if you take too long for it, they'll start flashing and eventually they break free. And that got me killed quite a few times because I didn't realize they're about to break free. Because as soon as they break free, then they'll do like a little sweeping attack, like they'll spam a bunch of bullets in like an arc,
Yeah.
and it will hit you if you don't move away from them when they break free. So I found myself actually a lot of the times I wouldn't even pick the guys up. I just actively avoid them because they got on my
Oh, wow.
nerves.
Well, here's why you guys were running out of ammo and I wasn't. Whenever you recapture, like whenever you have one of them break free, you see them flash, they break free. You shoot them and capture them again, they give you the power up again. So I was farming ammo sometimes. I kind of wait on the edge of the screen. If I see one blinking and I have all the other enemies dead, I'd let them break free, kill them, recapture them, and then I read up my ammo. So I was ready to push
man.
through.
Oh wow,
This
this
guy's
guy's getting
min-maxing,
serious.
Brad's back with the tips, boys.
That's right.
Man.
The weekly tip, boys. I also thought those guys are funny. Like when they do try to escape, you like see them putting money in the bag and like trying to drag the money off the screen. So they're goofy little guys.
yeah.
They're funny to watch.
This is I am still trying to figure out, like Kyle said, like they're bad guys, and then you shoot them and they say help. So now like they're not bad guys, and then they break out and then they're bad guys again. Like,
Right.
I don't understand that little mechanic there.
I always thought it funny when they were saying help. Like, what do you mean help? You're going to jail.
Yeah, they're like, I'm the one that needs help. You're shooting at me.
Right. All right. So my question about them, I read this from the same website that said your pea shooter couldn't run out of ammo. So maybe they're just wrong about everything I read. But the one thing they said that never once happened for me was they were like, yeah, whenever you put them into the back of the cop car, it essentially will activate like a screen clearing bomb. So all the enemies on the screen will go away. That never happened for me. Did that happen for you guys at all?
I
did
didn't
not
notice.
see that.
A little. I mean, I don't know if I would call it a screen clearing bomb. Like there's like turrets and stuff, and like some of the enemies it didn't seem to affect, but a couple of like the regular enemies would die. I noticed, but didn't seem super consistent. But it did happen occasionally.
So okay, it didn't count for like the turrets, which my god, there's a
Right.
lot of those in this game.
Yeah, that's where you need it. There's damn turrets.
The turrets are awful too because there's first of all, there's just so many of them. There's a ton of them, like every screen. But then the fact you can really only shoot them whenever they're shooting at you, because a lot of them will go in and out of the ground. So they'll kind of just pop out, shoot you, and go back down, but you can only shoot them whenever they're shooting you. So it's kind of hard to line up your shot against them properly. Those drove me nuts.
Dude, the more I think about it, what if the little red guys that give you the power ups, whenever you shoot them, they yell for help, but what if they're yelling for help from the other bad guys because you're roping them up? Maybe they're not asking you for help.
Yeah,
Could
maybe,
be.
maybe. Must be. It's gotta be it. That'll make more sense.
I mean, if that's how we want to say it, sure.
I mean, considering every other person you come across in the game is a bad guy, I'd imagine they're asking for them.
Yeah.
Other than your police van or whatever, which to me looked like the Ninja Turtle van a bit, green and yellow.
Yeah.
That's what I kept thinking. Need Ninja Turtles to hop out and help us out here to beat stage 4.
Oh, dude, if only. I wish we were playing Ninja Turtles again. Oh, so here, okay. I was really excited to ask about this part because I don't know if anyone else encountered this, but I did on 2 separate occasions, and I had no idea if it was doing anything. But did you guys pick up the octopus at any point in time?
No,
Oh,
I
yeah.
tried shooting it. I didn't know what it was.
Dude, it's just a little tiny red octopus that will show up on on the screen every now and then, and you walk up to it and like he puts it on his head, but I don't know what it did.
I wonder if that's like an Easter egg maybe to another game.
I don't know. Like it didn't do anything. He just wore it on his head for a little bit. I was thinking maybe this was like I don't know, it's like a shield or something, like he takes a shot for you or something, but it didn't seem that way. I think it was just there to be there.
Well, I came across 2 of them. They give you either a bunch of points or an instant 1-up, because I got a 1-up every time I put them on my face.
Oh, okay, I must just maybe I just didn't notice it.
That you walk around with. It takes a little while to activate sometimes, and it makes like that. I don't know. There's some other things you can do to get a 1-up, but you hear like that ding, and
He
your number
said,
goes up.
Every time I put them on my face.
Just wearing an octopus.
What the hell are we playing?
Oh man. So are there any stages in specific that stood out to you guys? Because none of the stages in this game really stood out to me at all. They kind of all felt roughly the same. Other than that, I would say maybe like stage 2 was more like horizontal scrolling, whereas the rest are more vertical. But besides for that, they kind of really just all blended together for me.
Yeah. I mean, the only one that stood out to me was, stage 4 was just absolutely ridiculous with everything going
Yeah.
on. But then I didn't get, there's round 5, I didn't get to that in my actual playthrough, but I tried to save state through a little bit and see what that was all about. And round 5 is just absolutely insane too. So,
Yeah, even worse than 4.
yeah.
So you brought that up. Let me ask this. So we don't have to say our credit usage or anything like that quite yet. We'll get to that later, of course. But we kind of agreed that we're only going to count credit usage for the first 3 stages, so up to stage 4, because for whatever reason, the game will let you continue and just pump credits for the first 3 stages, but then in the final 2, stages 4 and 5, you can't. It's just one shot. Like you die, you're done. You can't continue. And the difficulty spike is pretty intense. Did anybody beat stages 4 or 5?
Not a chance.
No, I did not.
I only did it with save stating through. I got through it, but my actual playthrough, no way.
Yeah, I didn't think so, man. Watching the videos of them, they were pretty insane. The first 3 stages they feel like a pretty normal arcade game, then my god, huge difficulty spike for sure.
Yeah, that's one of like the biggest difficulty spikes I've ever seen. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, and I don't comprehend that they won't let you continue in those stages. I don't get that.
As if it wasn't hard enough.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you want to set a hard limit, like, you can only use 5 credits in this whole game. That's fair, whatever, you can do that. But then, if I get up to stage 4, it's using only 1 credit, and then you die there, that's it. It doesn't matter how good you did up to that point. It's just, it's so annoying. It's like they just didn't want anyone to beat this game. And it gets, like, 10 times harder on stage 4. And then, I use save states as well, just to see it, because I wanted to experience the rest of the game. Even using save states, it was so frustrating. I was like save stating every like 30 seconds, like trying to clear a screen, save state so I wouldn't die. I made it the whole way up to the very end of the game, and then there's like this wall you have to break down, and it's kind of like a little mini boss battle almost. But once I I cleared it, and then this game it didn't freeze, but like it's supposed to like blow up so you can walk through to fight the final boss, and it never blew up. So I was like soft lock there because I had to save state right at that point, so I couldn't even finish the game using save states.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine actually having that happen. Like if you're really playing it and you just get screwed over like that, I was like, all right, I'm done with it. I'm not even using that. It was still too hard and too frustrating to even want to do again.
Yeah, I got up to that wall you were talking about with like, let me see. Let me check the video. Yeah, it's like a dude in the back. He's on like a giant, like quadruple Gatling gun looking thing.
I got right before him. I couldn't get to him.
Oh, I got to him and my save states where I was at, like I just could not get through it. I think I was down to I think I was starting to run out of ammo, and I got down to the can. And I was like, I'm not beating this level with a can.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's no way.
Maybe that was a good thing I got locked there. Then I probably would have just had a bad time fighting him.
Yeah, man. There's like 5 barrels around him that shoot pretty quick. Guys coming in from the left and right. There's them little, what are they? Them big orb things, some black sphere things that shoot at you. There's just so much going on. Just bullets everywhere.
Honestly, it kind of sucks like watching the rest of the game. It sucks that they kind of lock you out after you get to stage 4 that you can't like die anymore after that. Because the rest of the game, like it's clearly a difficulty spike, but it does look kind of fun. Like as far as like there's more like obstacles to dodge, and it would be fun to like at least experience that. Like I mean, I didn't do the
Yeah.
whole save stating thing, but I'm just I mean, if you were back like playing the game in the arcade, like it would be fun to experience the rest of the game. But like they just don't let you.
Yeah, those rocks are kind of. I'm 50-50 on whether I accept that difficulty of those rocks.
The tumbling rocks that you got to dodge.
Yeah, because like if it was just like whatever rocks tumble, then okay, they have their set path and then you can find spots to stand. That'd be cool. But they actually home in on you.
Oh, really? I didn't realize
Yeah,
that.
yeah, they will home in on you. Like I try to find a spot, I would stand there and it hit me. I was like, all right. I get there again, and I try to stand up like a little bit higher than that spot where last time that I was there, the rocks didn't hit that spot. I stood there and they just curved in and hit me again. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, man. So not only are they spamming all over the place, but they have like a slight homing where they will like curve on you.
Gotta watch out for them homing rocks, dude.
Yeah, dude. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
what
dude.
sense does this make? Come on. I've never in a video game seen homing like boulders. Like usually a boulder rolls down the hill, it has one set path. You know where to walk, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that was kind of weird.
Some games are difficult and it's fine. It's understandable. You just got to learn the pattern. But this is like, it's just so cheap once you get to stage 4 that it's like, it's not even fun. It's a negative for this for sure.
And like it's cool having like the pattern based and like reaction based stuff together, but they just throw so much at you at once, all at the same time. It's just I don't know, man.
So back to the stages. I feel like the only stage I kind of want to point something out about is on stage 3. There's a lot of areas on the stage where there's enemies both on land and in the water, and they give you these rafts that you can hop on to kind of ride across the water. And I don't know what the deal was or what was going on, but even if I cleared all the enemies out in the water, I swear to God, every time I stepped on a raft, something that you couldn't see on the screen would kill me, and it drove me nuts. And then the problem is, if you move the raft out to the water a little bit, then die, it will respawn you on the land, but the raft is still out in the middle of the water, so you can't reach it anymore now.
Is it like a little I want to say they were like little snorkels that come up. Is that what they were?
I don't know.
Or like a little what's the thing in a submarine, like a periscope or something?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't know, dude. Something just kept hitting me as soon as I got on the rafts, even if I thought I cleared the water out. So I just had to give up on them.
Yeah, they would just spawn like you had to instantly change your direction as soon as you pretty much stepped on it. Like if you walk into it and start moving up, something's gonna spawn in that same exact column as you. So you have to instantly start moving to the right to try to dodge it. But then another one spawns. So yeah, I just tried to avoid those rafts. It was just
Yeah, it's a
instant
trap.
death. It wasn't worth it.
Damn it. Okay, so I'm not just imagining it then.
It wasn't worth saving the 2 seconds it would take to just walk.
Yeah, really. It did have. I did like how whenever you finish a stage, I think it was kind of like how Outzone did it. Whenever you finish a stage and it's kind of showing your points as you just kind of walk through to the next section, it's not like a black loading screen showing your score like that. Like it's just everything kind of runs together, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. The only other thing about the stages I kind of will talk about are the like quote unquote boss fights at the end. So you're not fighting an actual boss until like, the final boss at the end of stage 5. But at the end of each stage, you're actually kind of fighting more of like an enemy gauntlet, where just a ton of those generic grunts will come out of the walls and come after you. And it seems like every stage is more or less the same fight, but the area that you're fighting in kind of gets smaller and smaller. And then stages, I think stage 2 was the one especially that got me, because there's these little spears that will launch across the stage. But the thing was, it kind of seemed like it was random whether or not the spear would bounce off the wall and go back and forth or just go straight across. So that killed me a few times because I didn't know if it was going to do just going across or bounce around. And that made me a little upset. Just that randomness of it.
I'm not sure. I either didn't encounter or didn't notice that spears would bounce back.
You never had one bounce around the walls?
I don't think so.
I saw them
I
bouncing.
definitely had them. Yeah, they were bouncing.
If they did, I didn't notice them.
Yeah, it was kind of just random because some of them would just go straight across and go away, and some would ricochet back at an angle, and you didn't know if it was going to do it or not. So it kind of just felt like a cheap kill.
Are you talking about? Did you say that was level 2 where they start
Yeah.
popping out?
Yeah.
I mean, I found out about this way too late because I tried to get another playthrough in before we started this, just to try to push a little farther. And there's a spot in that level you can stay at the bottom left, right behind that wall the whole time, and all you literally have to do is just kill the enemies that come to the left and directly underneath you. You just pop them once real quick, and when them little missiles come out, you just step down real quick and dodge it, and you can go right back up.
Oh, man, I love me a good cheese section.
Yeah. It's still a little bit reaction based because when them guys spawn, like they shoot like a second later. So you got to be on top of that as soon as they get there.
That's what I get for not watching videos before I play.
I didn't even see the guy in the video do that. I like to try to find them little cheesy spots when I'm playing so I don't have to mess around.
Yeah, speaking of cheesy spots, I found one on the helicopter battle. I know, Sky, I think you said you can blow it up in one bomb or something like that.
Yeah.
I didn't have a bomb or anything. I didn't know about that, but like as soon as you go into there, there's like a little stairway you can go upstairs, and there's one guy up there. I go up there, kill him, and you come back down and just stand right at the corner, like the first red crate, and the helicopter can't hit you at all. All its missiles and barrels go around you, and after like, I don't know, 30 seconds, it just goes away. You don't even have to fight it. So I just stood there and wait for it.
Just time it out.
Yep, I'll just wait there. And eventually it'll just go away. And then while I'm waiting, I usually have some prisoners with me, so I farm them for some extra ammo. So by the time I'm ready for the next part, I got max ammo too.
Jeez. Brad's tips.
That's right.
Yeah, there's a
Get 'em
couple of
while
those
they're hot.
spots. I just couldn't manage to string all those together in the same run. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I get I get through that level 2 ending thing like without dying at all, and then I try it again on like the next spot, and something dumb would happen and I die.
Was everyone else kicking those rocks around, trying to get it up to the next stage? Like I guess like a yellow boulder that you can kick. I don't really know what it is.
I think I only did that for the first level.
Yeah, I took advantage of that for the first stage boss fight because you can just put it right in front of that door they come out of, and they'll kind of just suicide into it.
Yeah, it can like use to kind of block the enemies and kill them. And if it takes so much damage, it disappears. But if you like make it survive until the end of the stage, your guy kicks it through the opening to go to the next stage, and it gives you a 1-up as well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that and the octopus, that's where I got some 1-ups.
Oh, I just kicked that I didn't kick it through the door. I put it like right before it, and then they would just spawn and run into it.
Yep. Dummies.
That's pretty cool though. They give you like an instant kill kind of. You just have to guide it up there.
Yeah. Sometimes I'd kick it and get it stuck on the edge, but yeah, that kind of was annoying if I wasn't able to get behind it. But yeah, it's a useful tool.
I don't know if I'd rather have the 1-up or just all of the easy cheap kills with it on that first fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's universal, I guess. You could kind of, whatever works for you. I would kind of keep it like in the middle of the stage and kind of go around it. So if I was in trouble, it would still save me. But if it was able to make it through without having to use it, then I would just kick it up through into the next stage. And it doesn't disappear. You can use it in the next stage too, but it doesn't last long. It takes a lot of damage and ends up dying. But I wonder if you can take it the whole way through the game if you're real tactical.
Oh man,
Probably not. Take yourself through the game.
Yeah,
but
no thanks.
nah.
Yeah, true.
No thanks.
I want to see somebody do a can only run.
Oh no, only cans.
No thanks.
Oh, no.
Sub to my only
Motherfucker.
cans.
$5
Gangbusters.
a month.
That just sounds terrible. Gangbusters on only cans.
Oh, no.
Jeez.
Oh, I hate it. Thanks. So, did you guys see the little message? I mean, obviously you didn't see it personally, but if you watched the video, or if you save stated, the little message it gives you at the end of the game after you beat it,
Oh yeah, that's some bullshit.
trying to get you to trying to get you to pump more money into the
Right.
game.
I didn't see it. What's it say?
It reads, "Well done. You've cleaned up the whole." It has like 5 times. You cleaned up the whole town. One more coin, and you can clean up another little town. Like, get out of here! You're not getting more of my money.
Oh, now they want
Right.
you. Now you're allowed to use another coin.
Yeah, now we can use
Yeah,
coins
really.
again.
You couldn't do it for the last 2 levels, but now they want another one.
Bastards.
I'm curious what that does though. Like, is it like some kind of like how the game's looping and it gets harder, or do you just play it again?
No idea.
Yeah, I don't
Didn't
know.
look that
I feel
far
like-
ahead.
Like, I'm not sure if they're asking you to put a coin in to play some newer stuff, or to just replay the game again for some reason. Like, why would I do that?
It's probably the typical repeat the game, more enemies, faster enemies, more bullets. Just more impossible.
Probably can't use coins till after level
About
2.
it.
After you put a coin in, every time after that, if you die, now it's $1 to play.
Oof.
It just increases the price every level.
But it says one more coin, and you can clean up another little town.
At the top, instead of flashing insert coin, it just says insert mom's credit card.
Oof. Sorry, Mom. Well, I'm kind of running out of ideas here, boys. It's a pretty straightforward game. I feel like there's not a whole lot to talk about that we haven't already. Do you guys have anything else you want to add in there before we kind of move along?
I just thought you're the main characters right in the beginning. Like they have those spiky hats. It looked like Rick and Morty to me, like the hair. The spike. It looked like Rick's hair.
I was
Yeah,
definitely thinking
Oh
that.
God.
Yeah. So every time I booted up, and it looked like it was Rick there. I know it's his hat, but it looks like hair.
Officer Smith and Wesson. Yeah, it looks like it'd be their hair, but they just have goofy spiky hats.
Yeah.
Is that one of the brothers from Too Crude?
What a day.
Oh, what a day! What a day! Kick the can.
There was a lot of enemy variety though as well.
Yeah, there was a good handful of them.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't awful.
It was a good bit. I don't know. There was like just the way. I mean, obviously most things are just one shot. You got those bank robber guys. You got like the standard ones that shoot regular bullets. There's the ones that are the slower rockets. Guys popping out of windows shooting rockets. Right in the beginning, those big guys. They look like the Thing, and then they kind of like Michael Jackson Thriller walk their way at you. Did you guys see them do that? I don't know what they were trying to do, but
Yeah.
they were kind of goofy.
I don't know if I remember MJ being in there.
No, it wasn't him. It was the Thing doing the MJ Thriller. You'll see him.
I don't remember.
Got that section where there's like cars coming at you. Did you guys blow that car up in the first stage?
I think I just waited for it to go past and ran.
Yeah, you could avoid it, but you could also blow it up if you pump some bullets into it. There was another guy. Oh yeah, I don't know what stage it was. It might have been stage 2. The guy that like comes out of the building holding a TV. He looks like Krang from Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. You got the big dudes on motorcycles too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rooftop guys throwing dynamite sticks at you. And then, of course, we talked about the stupid turrets, which were really annoying.
Everywhere.
I like in is it stage? I think stage 4. There's like you have to cross a bunch of logs in the water. I felt like I was playing Frogger for like 3 seconds.
I didn't like anything in stage 4. What do you mean?
Yeah, it's either
Oh wait, no,
4 or
maybe that
5.
might have been stage 5 actually.
Yeah,
There's
it might
one
have
of the
been.
two.
Either way.
Yeah, that was in my not legit playthrough.
Anything else, boys?
I don't think we said all we need to say on this one.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Yeah, I could tell you more, but you have to put another coin in.
I don't think I want to do that. So let's go ahead and instead move on to Brad with some numbers.
Alrighty, we'll start off with our credits. As we know, none of us beat this game, so we set our easy, reachable goal of, like Jordan said, get to stage 4, see how many credits it took you to get there. And who wants to go first?
I can go. It took me, I got there in 9 credits.
9 credits, okay. Sky, what about you?
I really wish I could have got a better one on this. I feel like I could, but I learned the strats way too late. But I managed to get there in 4.
Oh, pretty good, pretty good. I played it a decent amount just to, I wasn't even going to go back. I had it down to 5, and I was like, I'm not even doing this again. I don't care enough. And then whenever we were going to start recording, and then Scott said pretty much like a half hour later, all right, I'll go squeeze one more run in. I got it down to 3 credits. So
Nice, bro.
yeah, it was pretty good. And the one that right at the end, at the end of stage 3, like that final rush. That one's on that ship. That's where I got most of my deaths there. That one's tough to survive in.
Yeah, it's such a small area.
Yeah.
He said that's where I got most of my 3 deaths.
So
Yeah,
like 2?
Get him out of here, dude.
I had 1-ups though, so I wasn't in there. You get what, two lives per credit or something like that. Plus I had some 1-ups, so I was feeling pretty good going in there. I thought I was gonna get it in too, but nope. They sniped me out with those harpoons.
Is that the one where it's like on the boat and the guys are coming out of like the front of it, and after you beat it, you go to the top right?
Yes.
Yes, I think.
Man, see, I found a strat. I got through that without dying, but I just couldn't.
Really?
I couldn't string them all together, man.
Yeah, I thought I figured something out there, but I didn't. I thought I could stay in the bottom, but then they'd spawn guys down there that would come up at you.
If you stay in the top right, that's a place to be.
Okay.
So try it out if you want to do another run. I feel like I want to do another run in this just for myself.
I don't feel like this game deserves it, but
Yeah, I'm good on it.
I at least just want to get to like stage 4 maybe without dying.
Yeah.
After that, I don't care.
that's fair. All right, Jordan, what about you? What's your credits look like?
I'm gonna finish it up with 10 credits. It's an improvement from 14 on my first run. That was kind of after I, discovered how the bombs worked. Besides for that, I tried it a few times. It just didn't really seem like a game where I was gonna get a better score. I was kind of just always right around that same general spot. So I gave up. I'm just gotta give it a 10 credit run here.
That's
enough, good enough.
perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine with me, man. I was pretty sick of playing.
Brad said he was pretty much done. Like, I don't even care. And then he starts playing again.
I was like, I got a half hour, dude. I guess I'll play one more time.
Doesn't even bother me. I'm done with it. Never gonna touch it again. Or maybe I'll jump back on, but
Yeah, I only
much.
gave this thing 1 playthrough, and I didn't even know he had bombs either.
Now, Kyle, was that one playthrough? Was that before you did your second playthrough?
No, that was I did the first one before the first one.
Like, did you
Oh,
say
yeah?
I'm just gonna do one playthrough? I don't even care. And then you did like 6.
No, dude, not even close. How many credits do you think I have, dude?
Oh man.
All right, let's move into our personal ratings. This one we're gonna rate out of 911 since you're the police.
Oh, I like
really,
that.
really racked your brain for that one.
Yeah, dude, if this game, if I felt like it deserved it, I was gonna go through and count all the prisoners. That was gonna be our rating, but I was like, you know what?
Oh,
This game didn't respect my time, so I don't respect it. I'm not doing it. 911,
Oh.
that's our rating.
And he brought any Dangerfield to that game, dude.
That's right.
No respect.
no respect at all.
Jeez.
Yeah, initially, it was looking pretty promising, man. I thought it controlled well. I thought it looked pretty decent. I kind of like the music. Some of it, a little bit of it reminded me of some of the arcade Turtles. Not the whole way through, but certain sections. Yeah, I had a cool little concept with like the gathering the prisoners, turning them in for bombs. But then like we said, stage 4 just fell apart. Like, I like some difficult games, but this was just cheap. If you're gonna limit our credits, just set a number, but don't like cut it off when the game gets hard. So, yeah, I don't know. It's like they didn't want anyone to beat this game. Instead, they just got someone who doesn't even want to play this game because I don't care about this stupid game anymore. I'm
I
giving
don't
this.
care. I don't even care either.
I don't care. I'm not gonna play it again. I might play it one more time, but
Maybe one more.
all right, we're giving this a 409 out of 911.
All right. 10-4 on that.
10-4 on the 409.
Well, you're higher than I am, dude.
Okay,
I'm giving this thing like a 280.
Woo.
understandable.
Yeah,
I'm not mad.
I don't know. I'm with you guys as far as like the whole credit limit thing on the later stages. Like that doesn't make any sense to me. At least in the way they incorporated it. I don't like that. Like your gun can run out of ammo. Like I get you can run out of power ups, but then you should just go back to your regular like pistol with like the purple pellets that come out. Like I don't. The whole like can thing is like it's like a funny thing, I guess, but they're basically saying like, hey, you're dead. Like even though you haven't died yet, you've shot your gun too much in this game, and now you're dead because you have a can. Like it just seems like a weird thing to be in there. Yeah, I don't know, man. This game just the whole time I was going through it, I don't know, maybe like the first stage, I was like, this is okay, but then immediately I was like, this is not okay.
It's just not okay.
Straight up not having a good time.
I think I'm gonna slide right between those numbers there. Excuse me, guys. Let me just come through here. Let me just. I'm gonna give it a 350. It kind of like Brad, you said earlier, it was kind of like Trick Trap and Outzone, but it was kind of like not as good as either one of those in any respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like the controls are kind of dumb, especially if you get the can, like Kyle said. Like I almost feel like the can was just an insult. If you run out of bullets, they should have just killed you right there and made you put a coin in.
Yeah.
That thing is so worthless. Now they throw a lot at you. Like it's kind of a weird choice to only limit your credits when you hit like the hard part of the game, like Kyle said. Because at that point, like, isn't the point of an arcade game to try to get as many coins as possible? You know what I mean?
Yeah, if they would have let you keep putting credits in there, they would have got so many out of it, people that wanted to beat the game.
Yeah, somebody who is into it up to level 4 and like they want to see it through. Like, there's people that will pump credits into that until they beat the game. Like, but they're just like, nah, we're good, man. We don't want your money. I'm like, okay, what are you doing in an arcade then? I don't get that. I don't know. I'm not saying it's definitely not the worst game we've played, because it does have me, like right now I do want to go back in and just try to get like a decent run at least up to level 4 if I can. So it has me interested enough to where I want to try it maybe a couple more times before I give up on it. But yeah, I don't know. Some of the choices in that it seems like they just want to slap the player in the face there and not have any fun.
Jordan, that leaves you.
Yeah, I'm pretty close to Brad's score here. I mean, as far as controls, I remember we had a game pretty recently. Kyle and I said something about this, and I know it's kind of a hard thing for old arcade games to really do, but these games where you're kind of like aiming your gun and moving at the same time with the same stick, it always feels so sloppy. And this was one of those games where like he just felt like he jerked a little too much whenever you tried to aim one certain direction. And I mean, short of, doing like the twin stick kind of system like Smash TV did, like I said, I get there's not a whole lot old arcades can do. It just feels so bad to try to run around and shoot at the same time with the one stick. But so that wasn't overly pleasant. You guys said it, the can. Why is that a thing? Just give us our pea shooter. What's wrong with just giving us the pea shooter when the power-ups are gone? I'm okay with the power-ups running out of ammo. It's not great, but I'm okay with it. I can accept it. Why in the world are they just getting rid of your basic gun? That's so stupid. I don't think I've ever seen a game, like an arcade game, just do that. Just say, hey, yeah, your weapon that you have to start the game with, sorry, it's gone. Now you have a can to throw at the enemy. It was pretty aggravating. I mean, Sky said it. It's not the worst game we played, but it's not great. I don't have any interest in playing it again. It's at least short. You guys know I like that. But besides for that, nah, it didn't do it for me. I'm just going to give it a 410 out of 911.
Yeah, right there with me, huh?
Oh, you Price is Right at Brad there, man. You went one above.
I went 45%. 45% is where I ended up.
It's such a weird choice to like a run and gun. You shouldn't have to worry about ammo. You know what I mean? Like you're supposed to be running and gunning the whole time.
Yeah.
I feel like they should change this style of game. I'm just gonna start calling it the stand and throw.
Yeah, dude.
It's no longer run and gun.
Stand and can.
As soon as you get the can, man, stand and can. There we go.
Stand and can.
This game itself just created like a whole new genre of games.
So in genre.
I think the only last two things I can add to this game is one positive and one negative. The positive would be I like the way they did the stages. That like when you like got through the stage, you kind of like walked through the door, and then like you kind of walked right into the next stage, and then just kept going.
Yeah.
Instead of like going back to like a menu and then like a like a stage select thing that like whatever. This felt like you were kind of like actually like walking and like working your way through the town or whatever.
Yeah, like it's seamless transitions.
Yeah, so that part was cool. But the part I didn't like, up until as far as I could tell, the final stage, there's no bosses. Like you're just fighting either like enemies or like slightly bigger enemies. Like there's no like boss fight or anything like mechanic wise or anything. So it just, I don't know, it just felt weird going through.
Yeah, I didn't really realize it. There was no actual unique bosses. It was just at the end you do like a big enemy rush, and that was it.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought like at the end of that rush, there's like these two giant green Grenadier looking guys. I thought they were going to be the boss, but they just literally they'll just walk off the screen and you win. Like you don't even have to
Just
kill
leave.
them. It's like
Yeah.
what is happening? Where's the
Excuse
fight?
me there. Excuse me there, sir. It's on my way. On my way.
Just march down and it's over.
Yeah, it's funny seeing a lot of those waves of enemies just literally walk from the top to the bottom without even looking at you. Like
Yeah.
they're just passing through like like you just stepped in the middle of a parade or something.
I'm pretty sure I could be wrong. But I feel like some of them don't even shoot. They just come out and then leave. I didn't pay
Yeah.
too much attention, but it seemed like that.
Yeah, they just walk straight down, right from the door to the edge of the screen. They don't even look at you. They don't stop. They don't shoot. They just go.
Alrighty, that wraps up our personal ratings. We'll move into our overall ranking. I mean, we're pretty mean with our ratings here, but how do you guys? This wasn't the worst game we played for sure. I mean, it had potential, but it missed the mark there. So I don't know how much credit it's gonna get here in the rankings.
Potential, but didn't really live up to it by any means.
Did not land.
No.
That's the thing, man. It's hard to think. Like, I like it better than some of these. I feel like we're all gonna be pretty close to the bottom half, maybe in the bottom like third of the games of this. There's games down there I would put it above, but at the same time, none of us could even finish this game because they didn't really want you to finish the game.
We couldn't even finish it with save states. Two of
No,
us.
man, it was save states. If I got there with the can and I screwed myself.
Oh man.
So I don't know. Like the potential was there for sure. If you could just pump more credits in, I think that would have saved the whole thing.
I'm like mid-30s, roughly.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's down there somewhere.
Yeah, like 35 or 36, like maybe like just below Biomechanical Toy.
I'd put it under Black Tiger. Black Tiger's a better game in my opinion.
I don't agree with that, but I'm not gonna fight that one either.
It's been a minute. I'm getting a little foggy on Black Tiger, so I'd have to go back, maybe just watch like a refresher video of that, maybe even listen to our episode to see what we talked about. But I would definitely know I like this game more than Altered Beast, even though it was incomplete.
It's I think I'd rather play Altered Beast than this.
I would for sure.
I don't know. I just get really into the outzone style games like that. Trick Trap.
I'd probably personally put this one like maybe between Altered Beast and Black Tiger, or maybe I wouldn't mind it being below SD Gundam, but I know you guys hated that one. I actually liked that game though, so that's kind of different.
I'd give
I
it
don't
to
know,
you
dude.
if it
I
gets
might
under
play-
Black
I
Tiger.
might play SD Gundam.
Again, I don't like you said you don't agree with it being under Black Tiger. I don't really agree with it being under Gundam, I don't think, but I'll do it if it gets it under Black Tiger. If that's my compromise.
I could put that at 37 and bump everything else down.
Yeah, I'd put it like one spot below Gundam if you guys wanted to do that.
I'm cool with below Gundam.
I don't know. Gundam wasn't really much of a game at all to me, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is better, but
It wasn't just like a terrible mess.
I just know for sure I'll never ever touch that Gundam game because it seemed like some kid's very first like side-scrolling game. Like it sucks so bad.
That was fun. That's fine with me, man. At least it was simple and easy to get through it. This was just you ain't getting through it.
It just felt like my first platformer or something. You know what I mean? Like that's that
Yeah.
Fisher Price platformer school.
That was just
let's
fine
say
with me.
real quick, just for argument's sake, say Gangbusters ended after stage 3. How would you guys feel about it?
Then I would say it was too short.
Yeah, then I would say this isn't even a game.
That's like 10 minutes. We've had
I think
shorter than
I
10
would
minute
like
games.
it though. I think
Yeah.
it would be like Contra again, where I would want more levels.
True.
I still don't think I'd like it.
I think Gangbusters would be dramatically better if it didn't do the credit thing that it did, or like Brad said, if you could one credit all the way up to stage 4 and you saved up a couple of credits that you didn't had to use yet, then
Right.
you could spend them during those later stages. Like if they gave you like a 5 credit cap for the whole game, and then so you could try to save them for the last stages. For me, there should be none. That shouldn't even be a thing. But if they're going to, then sure, go that route. But if they did something like that and then got rid of the stupid can, then I think the game would be much I wouldn't love the game, but it would be much better and it would be playable and like you could get through the other stages and it would be enjoyable. I think that would dramatically change its ranking.
It'd be better, but unfortunately, it's not the case. So
Yeah, I'm okay with above or below Gundam. I could care less.
I would put it above Gundam.
The only reason I made that argument is because we played 3 stages of Hot Rod and called that a game. We didn't even play the whole game.
that's well, I mean, it is down to 41. So.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I did go through all of them, but
You did. Yeah, that's true. You went through them. No one else did.
actually, now that we're talking about it here, like it's just now dawning on me that you only get 1 credit after stage 4, but then Brad, you were saying how you were just like stacking up 1-ups. So I'm feeling
Right.
like that was their whole intent all along. Like that's the way to play the game, is to do all that extra crap and get all the 1-ups because you only get 1 chance at the last levels.
Yeah, it's
So
kind of how I was
maybe that was
seeing it.
their thought process of how you're supposed to beat the game, but that's very hard.
I don't feel like the 1-ups are like accessible enough for that to be the case though.
I mean, even if you got like all of them, which I don't know how many I got, but say you even ended up with like 6 or 7, I don't even think I could get that many. That's still not enough to even make it through stage 4.
Yeah, I feel like that was the intent, but you just don't have enough resources to do all that.
All right, so what are we
Yeah.
thinking? Either under Black Tiger or under SD Gundam? We're looking at 37, 38 range.
I would put it right under Tiger. I still feel like this is better than Gundam because it was some kind of game.
I definitely like Gundam more.
Kyle,
I'm
what was your
definitely
call?
below it.
I don't care. I'm not gonna fight over Gundam, dude. I don't
He
like that
don't
game
even
either.
care.
But if you had to
Yo, it
choose,
could go above
where would
or
yours
below.
go? What would your definitive answer be, though, if you had to pick?
I mean, if it was just me, like I would probably initially go under Gundam, because I think Gundam was at least kind of fun, even if it was super easy.
I can settle that. I mean, I'm getting a win by getting under Black Tiger, personally, because I think, Jordan, you wanted up a couple spaces higher anyways, didn't you?
Yeah, I
You're only
wanted it
going-
below Altered Beast.
Yeah, you wanted above Tiger, and I said if you drop it below Tiger, and you said how about we drop it below Gundam as well, which, I mean, if I agree, then that puts 3 of us there. We'll kind of lock it in.
I mean, obviously, I'm cool with it.
I don't even care, Brad. Just
Don't even
do it.
care.
Just-
Yeah. I mean, I think it's better than Gundam, but I'm just giving Jordan a win here. You know, gotta toss him a bit once in a while.
I mean, when we get to this point of the list, I mean, the arguments aren't too important.
Yeah, it's like I'm not about to have a half-hour argument over SD Gundam.
There's better battles to be fought in the top 10. I don't
Yeah.
care.
I'll
That
take
much.
it.
I'm totally about to do that argument right now.
I'll take the win.
All right,
That looks-
Jordan.
Like we're settled, boys.
All right, we'll lock him in then. We have. What do we have? Where we at here? I got lost.
What
All
do you have?
right, 37 SD Gundam, 38 Gangbusters, 39 Escape from the Planet of the Robot Monsters.
You missed a few words in the Gundam title there.
I've said enough, more than enough for that game. I've said too many words. Should be happy it's above Gangbusters. It doesn't deserve it. Anyways, Jordan, let's get some trivia.
Let's get some trivia. All right, Brad, you still got a nice 69 points after getting none right last time, so I'm glad
That's
you're
2, I
at that
think.
nice. Was it really? No, well,
Or
Hot
I've
Rod,
been
Hot Rod, you got 2 of them correct. Armadillo Racing, you got 0. So you've been this is your
Okay.
3rd consecutive week at 69.
Okay.
He's doing that
the
on
end
purpose.
Of trivia. At the end of
Yeah,
trivia.
I'm done
Yeah,
getting
it's
the
so
answers.
obvious.
I think he is. And unfortunately, Kyle, now that Hot Rod's over, being in last place means you are actually in last place and not teleporting to the front. So you have 59. Sky's leading the way with 77. We're going to kick it off here with question number 1. And again, I don't know totally how to pronounce this name. How much money did the Dagris gang rob from the bank at the beginning of the game? A, $1 million. B, $5 million. C, $10 million.
We'll go with $1 million.
I did not pay attention to that at all. I'm just gonna say 5 million.
Yeah, I had no idea, but my reasoning is gonna be that this game was so old that like 1 million was like you couldn't even think of it, dude. So for them to even go any more than a million would be like, what are you guys on a different planet?
Banks don't hold that much money.
Yeah.
like Dr. Evil asking for $1 billion and they all just laugh at him.
Yeah.
All the guys are like, "What? That doesn't even exist!" Bah.
So yeah, I'm going with 1 million.
All right. And yeah, I agree with that. I kind of thought that too. I'm like, I feel like $5 million back in 1988 would be like mind blowing. Like that'd be like Elon Musk times 10 or something. But yes, that is correct. It is a $1 million. Brad, you no longer have 69 because you got it correct. I apologize. And Sky, you said you weren't paying attention, so I don't believe that was actually in the game itself, but it was on the flyer, the North American flyer for the game. It says
Okay.
the gang robs $1 million. So, A, $1 million. Question number 2. What is the name of the street where the bank that got robbed is located? A, Main Street. B, First Street. C, Back Street.
I was waiting for Wall Street, but it didn't happen.
D, Wall Street.
Oh, that one. That's the one.
Yes, dude.
I dare you to pick that one, Brad.
I'll just go with A again. Was it Main Street?
Yes.
Yeah,
Doing
that's
that.
what I'm thinking. I'll go with A also.
Yeah, I'm leaning Main Street.
It is, in fact, Main Street A. All 3 of you got it. Good job. And bringing us to question number 3. The writer and director of Gangbusters also helped direct what other Konami game that we personally ranked quite high? A. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. B. Bucky O'Hare. Or C. Wild West Cowboys of Moo Mesa.
Oh, man. So now you guys talk about them cars looking like the turtle van. Now it's got me thinking.
Yeah. That's our 5, 6, and 7 on their rankings right now.
Yeah, gee, what? That's crazy.
Yes, it is.
They're
Like
all
I
right
said,
in a
we
row,
ranked-
man.
We ranked it high.
They're all top 10. Wow.
They're all
What
Konami
happened to
games.
this game?
Yeah, what happened
I don't
here,
know,
man?
I don't know, but the guy that directed this game helped direct the answer to this question.
Man.
We're gonna go with Wild West Cowboys. That's my game. Hopefully it can't do me wrong, right?
Guess we'll see.
Just because of those cars, man. I'm just gonna say turtles.
Okay.
This is tough. I mean, I like Sky's logic of the turtle vans.
You didn't like my logic?
No. Wait, what was your logic?
I really like that game.
Oh. I'll take that into consideration.
B's over here throwing cans and stuff. Come on.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with turtles for 2 reasons.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm going with turtles because of the vans. I like that. But my second reasoning is if we read deeper into the way Jordan asked the question, he actually said it's a game that we ranked quite high. And so I know that for him, Turtles was the best one. And I think we had to fight a little bit to get Bucky and Cowboys up to their spot. So he said we,
You're getting all
which means it's
psychological.
Let's go. Lock it in.
Jordan, did he accurately read your tells?
All right, so Kyle, you put a lot of work into that answer. You really broke it down. You took every little detail. You really thought
This can't
about
be
it.
good.
And
Oh, that's wrong.
You should have taken Brad's into consideration a little more because it is the Wild West Cowboys of Moo
Let's
Mesa.
Oh, man.
I forgot how much he liked it.
You didn't take it into consideration.
I can't believe it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
Anyway, Brad
Oh,
no
wow.
longer with 69 points. He gets all 3 correct today, getting
All right.
72. Sky, you got 1 correct. You're at 78. Brad's actually kind of creeping up on you a little bit there. And Kyle, you got 2 correct for 61.
Oh, my
Dang.
ribs!
Looks like I played myself.
Oh, man.
Play yourself. Should have taken it into consideration, dude. You said you were going to. But hey, I respect the amount of effort you put into trying to answer that question
I
incorrectly.
tried, dude.
But that wraps up trivia, boys. So that's that. Anybody else have anything else they want to say about this game before we kind of wrap things up here a little bit?
I think wrap it up, put a bow on it.
Wrap it up, boys.
Yep, bag it up, boy.
Next time on Arcadeology, we have Atomic Punk. You can follow us on all social media at Arcadeology. You can email us questions at arcadeologyquestions@gmail.com or use the link in the podcast bio. And speaking of, Brad, take it away. I believe you got one for us.
Yes, we do. We got one here. It snuck in just under the recording. Almost didn't see it this week. So this comes in from John. I don't know if there's any relation to Johnny John Johnson III, but it's a pretty uncommon name, so maybe it's him. Anyways, he says, let's say you can only pick 3 more games to cover. What would they be? Curious about which are your must-cover games we will see down the road. So if we only got 3 episodes left in us, we each get to pick our last 3 episodes. We're not going to do like a together. We'll each pick them individually. So do you guys all have yours picked out?
I think so. I got a few. I'm kind of still trying to decide which 3 to go with, though.
Okay, I'll start it off then. My main 3 is first one's gonna have to be Mortal Kombat. Any of them, either 1 or 2.
I knew it.
Most likely, it's gotta be Mortal Kombat. We covered Street Fighter. You gotta get its counterpart here, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
Gotta get those comparisons and put them up against each other, see where it comes out. Don't know how well it holds up. Haven't played those in a long time, but definitely a game I'm excited to cover here eventually. My number 2 is Gauntlet Dark Legacy. That's a game, another game we've talked about a good bit. We played the original Gauntlet, and this is the one that Dark Legacy or Legends, either one, they're pretty similar. It's like the 3D graphic ones where you level up. You can like save your character. It's pretty tough to emulate. So if and when we play that, I don't know how we're gonna do it. We might have to play it like the 64 or GameCube version or something. We'll find a way around it, but that's gonna be a really fun game, I think. And then my third is gonna be Battletoads. That's just a game don't know I've ever played too much of it. I know we played like I don't know if it was on Nintendo or Super Nintendo or something. Scott, I don't know if you remember. We played like it was like Battletoads and Double Dragon. Is that the one we had?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, yeah, I remember playing that, but I don't know if I ever played the original Battletoads. And I always hear how hard it is. That I want to see what the difference is on arcade compared to the actual console version. But yeah, that's one I'm excited to play as well. Those are my three must plays.
Well, I mean, I can follow Brad's up here pretty quickly because my three are actually, and these are in no particular order, but Battletoads was also one of my picks that I wanted to do.
Alright.
I remember playing that. Like again, I don't know if it's gonna hold up, but I remember Battletoads. I want to get into that. Gauntlet Dark Legacy
Alright, sounds
is
familiar.
also one that I want to play. I remember playing that a lot too. I can't remember. I think it was. I want to say it was me and maybe Nick Carpenter. I think at the time. I think me and Nick used to play that a lot. Like we've played it together as well, but I remember
Right.
like specifically me and Nick playing that. And then I think my last pick. There's a couple, but for this question, I think I'm going with Golden Axe. That's another
Oh,
one that we
okay.
all used to
Okay.
Nice.
play together. Again, don't know if it's gonna hold up, but we'll find out when we get there.
Yeah, I'm excited to play Golden Axe, and then there's a sequel to it. I think it was arcade only. I forget what it's called, but I heard that one was good. So I wanna play the first one so we can get around to playing the second. So those will be fun.
What is it? This Golden Axe: The Revenge of Death Adder?
Yes, I think that's a sequel.
Okay.
The other one, I think it's just called Golden Axe. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's the case.
I mean, you boys got some good ones there. I have two solid ones, and the other one I'm not 100% sure. I wasn't really picking super well-known ones, or even ones that I've played before. I was just kind of going off of some that I think would be cool. Well, the first two are sequels. My first pick gotta be Super Contra,
Okay.
because I like
Okay,
I like the
sure.
arcade one we played. The first one was awesome, so I definitely want to do the second one. The next one is also another sequel, which is Ghouls and Ghosts.
Okay.
Ooh,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
tough
that.
games.
Those are like the more well-known ones that I've seen before. I may have played the Contra one. I may have played Super Contra a long time ago. I don't remember too much about it though. And the last one, people probably don't know this, but like our list of games, we don't know. Like we've never even like seen or heard of most of them. So I don't have any experience to draw off for the third one. But just from going through randomly and checking some out, I think I want to play the one called Blues Journey because it kind of reminds me of like JJ Squawkers mixed with Mega Man.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
So that's a new one for me. Never heard of it, never seen it. Just went through the list for this question, made me go through real quick and just go down the list, check out some ones I thought sounded neat. And it was between this and Nitro Ball, which kind of looks like American Gladiators mixed with like Outzone or something. kind of weird.
Interesting ones.
Yeah. I wanted to pick. I know the first two sequels, Contra and Ghouls and Ghosts. Like, I like the first version of those games, so I definitely want to do those. And then, yeah, for the one I've never played before that looks cool, I want to pick Blues Journey.
All right, Jordan, that leaves you. What are your three games?
All right, so I have a bigger list than three. I'm gonna have to whittle it down. I actually typed up 7 of them that I kind of really wanted to hit here. I was hoping Sky would say this one so we could get a clean sweep, but I did also put Gauntlet Dark Legacy on there.
Nice.
I mean, I've played some of those newer ones, and man, compared to that first one we played, just so much fun, man. Is that the one we played together on what, like the GameCube version or something before?
Yes,
is that
that'd be pretty
Legends?
much. Yeah, that's Dark Legacy, the GameCube.
Yeah, that one's fun, and I want to do one of those newer gauntlets fairly soon because I feel pretty confident it's gonna rank high, and I think we definitely owe Gauntlet a bit of a favor after the first one. So I would love to get that in there. I'll kind of go through all the other ones here, then I'll limit it down to 3. The first 2 I have here are games that I just know you guys would hate, and I love that. But
He loves it.
I type 2 arcade games I love, man, and I don't know if you guys will be into it, but NFL Blitz and NBA Jam, dude, just classic old sports arcade games. I think they're so much fun. I still play them to this day just for fun, and I would love to do those eventually. I think I've said it before. I think that would be like a decent combo episode, like 2-in-1, because I feel like neither game would be meaty enough to talk about for a whole episode, but I think it'd be fun to do the two of those together, maybe.
I don't know. I think I'd be into playing both of them, so I'm not
Okay,
against
cool.
them.
Cool. And that would be, I think we should play those ones together. I don't think that would be very fun against the computer. I think we got to play each other for sure.
Yeah.
I want to say I played that. Do they have a Sega version of NBA Jam?
Probably. That sounds
Pretty
right.
sure.
I know there's NBA Hang Time for the N64 that I play a lot too. That's like the exact same thing.
I feel like I played that on Sega when I was like 7 years old or something.
Yeah. Yep. It's on the Genesis.
I'm pretty sure I have it. I think I have the Genesis one down
Yeah.
in my gaming room. So yeah, I'm pretty sure. I have a lot of games in my gaming room I forget about though.
I don't know if I had the cartridge. I think I played it on the Sega Channel when that was a thing.
Okay.
So that was like one of the free games that got rotated in every month or whatever. I want to say that's where I played that game.
Yeah, you're definitely right. I don't know why I even questioned it. Of course it's on Genesis. I remember that. But yeah, I want to get those two in there at some point. I think somebody told us about this. I don't think we knew it originally. The Dungeons and Dragons game. It has a sequel, doesn't it? I think
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
might have told us that in Discord or something.
Oh.
Sure
'Cause
did.
that would be
yeah.
cool to that'd be cool to try out. An obvious one here for me, which based on my taste in the games we played, might surprise some people. I've never played the sequel to the Ninja Turtles game, The Turtles in Time. I've never played the second one. So I definitely got to make sure I do that at some point. And then the last two I have here, I don't know if we're counting this one. I know you stumbled across this, but I know we kind of said if it was on console first. What was our determination on Sonic 2?
I think it's fair game to play because it is technically playable on arcades, but we may exclude it from our rankings because it doesn't really fit the bill as an arcade game. It's console first.
Okay. So there was that, and then my last game. Now that you got the light guns, man, we gotta play some House
Yeah.
of the Dead.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
man.
We gotta play
Dude, we
House of
played-
the Dead, dude.
What did we play that on? Dreamcast back in the day?
Yeah, it was on Dreamcast.
That was with controllers though. I don't think we didn't have light
Right.
gun setups.
Correct.
Yeah, dude, I remember playing that so much.
Yeah. So when I was younger, my grandparents owned a bar, and I would typically go up there like one evening every week because my mom was working. I'd go up there with her, and they had a House of the Dead cabinet back in the corner, and they would just give me a bunch of quarters, and me and my brother would pump quarters in that thing all the time, dude. So much fun. So now we have those guns. Like that's for sure
Yeah.
one of the ones I want to do. But if I'm gonna whittle it down to three, it's probably gonna be Gauntlet, Dark Legacy, House of the Dead, and Turtles in Time. I think those are the main three I definitely want to hit.
Those are solid picks.
Yeah, I
Yes,
hear
sir.
that Turtles in Time is better than the other one. It's just, nostalgia's gonna override a lot of how good the
Yeah.
game actually is, but I hear that Turtles in Time is a better version.
Mhm.
I haven't played it either myself though, so that'll be fun.
We'll get to it for sure.
It was almost a clean sweep because I was considering the Gauntlet Dark Legacy.
Oh,
Oh,
you
man.
should have.
He knew we were all gonna pick it, so he picked something else.
That's fair.
Oh yeah, and speaking of the light gun games, House of the Dead, that was definitely one I'd like to play. Time Crisis, have you guys played that at all?
Not
That sounds
really, but I know
familiar.
of it.
It's another light gun game, and it's like you have like I think the original arcade has like a pedal, so you can like take cover. So that kind of adds a whole nother element to a light gun game rather than just shooting nonstop. You actually take cover to dodge attacks.
I've heard of the game. I've never actually played it before.
Be getting around to it someday. And this other random one I found, I've never heard of it before. I think it's called, I don't know how to pronounce it, Golgo, something like that. Golgo 13. It's like a sniper game, so you kind of it like shows you a target, and then it gives you the screen. You got to zoom in and like snipe the target and stuff. It tells you like certain objectives you have to do. But that seems like a really cool game. That's gonna be fun to play.
Let me give you one more game that I would love to play, but we kind of got, I don't know, it's iffy on whether or not it's going to be doable. So, how do we feel about an arcade game? So it's fairly newer, and it came out for arcades first, but I don't think we'd be able to personally find and play the arcade version. But if we could play the Wii U version that it was ported to, would that be allowed?
I think if it's close enough, that's probably okay. What's the game?
Pokken Tournament, dude, the Pokemon fighting game. It came out for arcades first.
Huh, okay.
I think that'd be a lot of fun to play.
Unless we find a place that has the arcade, man, we all make a trip.
Good luck, dude. I feel like that was like Japan only, but I'm
Oh,
not
was
100% sure. I think it might have been,
How
but
old
I'm
is
not
the game?
positive. Wii U era, what? Maybe like 20. I think like 2016. I want to say, or maybe not even that old. Probably 2015 or so.
Yeah, we'd have to look into that. I mean, we never like put like a hard limit on like a date, like it has to be before 2000. Most of our games are
Yeah.
I think all of our games are before 2000 just by nature
Yeah, I
of
think
it.
just
But
kind of getting our hands on the actual arcade version would be pretty tricky. But as far as I know, the Wii U version should be pretty much like the exact same thing.
yeah, we have to have a deeper discussion and figure that out, but I
Yeah.
don't really see any problem with it.
That'd be pretty sick.
Sure. Alrighty, any other things you want to throw in there before we close out the questions?
I'm good.
Alrighty, well, thanks again, John, for writing in. Appreciate that. It's always fun to answer guys' questions. Give us a little extra segment here to have a fun discussion. But yeah, everyone else, send us in some more questions. We love it.
Yes, sir. And again, you can send those to arcadiologyquestions@gmail.com or use the link in the podcast bio. And now all the other fun ending stuff. Join that free Discord, and of course, we'd appreciate it if you left the 5-star review. We got 2 so far. Those are fun to read. So give me a few more of those. But that is all I got. So go ahead and say goodbye, boys.
See ya.
Later, dudes.
Gang busting out of here. Don't forget to subscribe to our OnlyCans.
All right, insert that closing line here. Goodbye.